Hi everyone, welcome back to our Crybaby Whims challenge. It's the morning after Aspen's big makeover and she came back home quite late and Flora went to work quite early in the morning, so they still haven't really seen each other yet. Flora has not seen Aspen's new look and definitely has not noticed that most of their money is missing, and I think that she will notice around 3 when she is back from work. So we have a couple of— oh, Lindsay, what are you doing here? Hello, Lindsay. No one invited you. You want to go to prom? No, why would you care about prom? Aspen would not care about prom at all. She barely even goes to school. No, like, sorry about that, but like, what? Anyway, I was gonna say that we have a couple of hours until Flora is back from work. So while Aspen is busy gaming and apparently hanging out with Lindsay, I'm just gonna show you her makeover real quick. Well, you've definitely seen the main bits of it with the face, tattoos, and makeup and all of that, but I just want to show you the rest of the outfits that I did off camera because they were not really easy to do, so I just wanted a bit of extra time. Some outfits are still old, some are new, and I absolutely love how she turned out. It was— again, I keep complaining about the color scheme, but it's kind of difficult, especially in her style. But I love how she turned out. So let me know what you think about all of the outfits and stuff. But now that you have seen her outfit, let's try to enjoy our time before probably the big conflict with Flora happens. So what are we going to be doing today? I kind of want to work on her aspiration, not only because it's fun and because she needs to practice her pickpocketing skill anyway, but also because I kind of want to get her this reward trait. Where is it? This one, connections. So she will start her criminal career eventually a couple of levels ahead, which is going to be really helpful. And she really is trying to build up her connections right now, so that makes the most sense, but she still needs quite a few satisfaction points, so I need to work on that quite a lot, and working on the aspiration will help with that. Oh, which reminded me that I need to do that little hack where you go through all of the aspirations, so I'm just gonna do that real quick and see how many points she manages to rack up. Well, that wasn't really that helpful, to be honest. It was kind of, but we started with 1200 satisfaction points and now she's on 1900, which is not really that much. I usually get at least 2000 when I do this, so yeah, Aspen's not really doing that much in her life, which is not really surprising. All she does is gaming and failing at crime. But anyway, you could maybe stop gaming now and chat with Lindsay, see what was that weird prom invite thing. She's flirty, but we don't care about prom. Lindsay, what's on your mind? You need to get a bit more serious. What was that all about? But I think they got a bad sentiment after that and probably lost some romance, which I don't really care about because they're not dating or anything. Yeah, Aspen even needs some space from Lindsay. Aspen feels that Lindsay is moving a bit too fast. Maybe some space will help. And she is really upset about that rejection. But Lindsay, we're not dating or anything, so why are you being like that? She even sees her as basic looking, so Aspen's not interested at all, which actually is kind of reminding me that she also finds Brian basic looking, and I feel like this actually changed. She used to find him even unattractive. Oh, and she apparently cheated on Brian. Well, woohooing is one of their club activities, so yeah, she did woohoo with Lindsay, not Amara, but definitely with Lindsay multiple times at this point probably. So it's one of their club activities, but I don't think that Brian is very happy about that. But I don't know, they are deeply connected, but she does find him basic looking and she's not very keen on being faithful. So I don't think that she'll actually really stay in a relationship with Brian for very long. Maybe this was like a really weird scheme to get these two to be very loyal to her, and now she can just ask them to be friends, which I can do with Lindsay just now. So let's just get that out of the way and ask her to just be friends, and we can do the same maybe with Brian, because now that they're both kind of hooked onto Aspen, I don't think that they will be leaving her. So this is a really weirdly strategic and good way to keep people in her gang because they're so attached to her at this point, but they decided to call off their romantic relationship at least. Oh yeah, she really just does not care much for Lindsay, but Lindsay's gonna be sticking around for sure. Oh, she is yelling at Aspen though. She's insulting losing her. But I was going to go downstairs and we can do that with Lindsay, sure, because we need to be practicing some pickpocketing. Oh, and this is actually huge. Electra is right here and we kind of need to get to know Electra a little bit better. I really want these two to become friends. So let's not pickpocket her. Let's maybe go and just try to discuss interests or whatever. I don't really think it's gonna work. It doesn't seem that Electra is very interested. She just kind of walked past her. No, she's completely gone. I don't think that Aspen will really have time to catch up to her. Oh, but Amara and Brian wants to be best friends. I don't even know where they are. Oh, here's Amara right there. And I think I did see someone in the Scouts uniform. So I guess Brian is somewhere around as well. Of course, but that's probably gonna make Aspen a little bit jealous. Sure, she doesn't care about Brian that much romantically, but Amara is kind of stealing the spotlight. She seems useful. She did this big makeover for Aspen, but not very useful for the gang dynamics because she is causing some tension. But look how mad she actually is. Oh, she's actually like really mad. It's already 2 p.m, but since everyone is apparently around, let's just start the gathering. And now I really need to find someone to pickpocket. So, all right, she's already on the way to chat with someone. This person who is very, very sad. Let's try to cheer you up a little bit. Try to distract you and then try to pickpocket you real quick. See if that's gonna work. I don't think that she ever had a pickpocketing attempt work quite yet. And it did not work this time either. So she is running away. And Flora actually is back just now, feeling very tense. And she's probably gonna be super angry. She just got paid and she was probably thinking, okay, great, I'm gonna be near 10,000 simoleons right now. That's pretty much half of the money that we need for moving out of this dump. And now she's like, wait a minute, I'm not even halfway there to 10,000. So what is happening? She is definitely going to be mad, even more mad now that Aspen brought all of her friends here that she just does not want in her house. But now she's also going to be confronting Aspen in front of her friends, which is probably going to make Aspen really, really mad that her mother is essentially embarrassing her. And we just lost power to the house, really, probably because this is broken. Oh, this is just so bad. And Aspen is just on her phone, laughing, does not even care. Ezra is back from Scouts. He will witness all of this. He really just does not need to. But oh, I just realized that Flora actually hasn't seen Aspen because she's been wearing this outfit, and this is one of her old outfits, so she hasn't seen her tattoos, piercings, new hair, anything actually. So she doesn't even know where that money went. She has no idea that Aspen is also looking very different. Ezra is just in the background kind of losing his mind. He does not really know how to react to any of this, especially because there's just people breaking stuff everywhere. I don't think that he wants to get involved, even if he probably wants to protect Flora, but how can he really protect her? It's like the situation with Thomas all over again. Now they despise each other. Honestly, I thought they were enemies for like the longest time already. This argument is getting pretty bad, and Flora is just so angry, trying to figure out where that money went, and Aspen is just saying, yeah, she spent it, she doesn't care, she needed it, so she did it. And Flora is saying, okay, you can't behave that way under my roof. Aspen is gonna be like, well then, I don't have to be under your roof, I can just go. I don't have to live here, I don't care, I'm looking for my father anyway, so yeah, I don't have to live here. And Flora's obviously not taking that very seriously. She definitely could be saying, just out of pure anger, then yeah, don't live here, I don't want you here. And this is the first time that Aspen has actually shoved Flora and that she actually got kind of physical, not just yelling at her. So things are getting pretty bad. Flora might even be kind of scared. This is pretty similar to how things were when Thomas was around, and there's definitely no winning in this situation. Some pretty heavy things have been said, some heavy things have been done. I don't think that anyone can really win in this conflict, which is why Aspen is just gonna go with her friends just to the park, just to get away from the house real quick. So let's just go to this really fancy place that Aspen knows how to break in here, and she can explain what happened. Amara and Lindsay were actually there, so they kind of know, but Brian was at Scouts, so she wants to explain stuff to everyone and basically tell them, well, my mom said that she doesn't really want me in the house, and I said that I don't want to live there anyway. So what is the solution? I'm just gonna go and run away. But the thing is, Aspen doesn't really know where. She doesn't have any creative ideas, so she's asking her friends, do they have any alternatives where she could be living? Amara probably doesn't really want to help that much. She's more of a makeover type of person. Lindsay doesn't want to help because she's been hurt by Aspen just today. And Flora says curfew is about to start. If you don't go home soon, you will be in trouble. Well, she has no idea that Aspen actually has no intention in coming home. I don't think that Flora really took her seriously, but Aspen took this very seriously. But anyway, she's gonna be asking Brian, does he know anywhere she could be staying? She's gonna be asking him for some advice. Funnily enough, he also just escaped from home because his parents did not like that he was hanging out with them. Where is Lindsay in this important conversation? Just breaking the toilet. Alright, sure. She just needs some space from Aspen as well. Brian has also escaped from home. He didn't really want to say anything until he sorted things out, but now he's ready and he's saying, well, Aspen, you could be coming with me. I set the place up. It's pretty cool. So why? Oh, Lindsay wants to be best friends with Brian. That must be bothering Aspen at least a little bit, but alright, sure. But Brian is saying, I have things ready. I've been living there for a couple of days, so why don't we just go there so you can check it out? And Aspen seems pretty enthusiastic, so why don't we just go? So here we are where Brian is living right now. It is a bit of a dump, quite literally, but he tried to make it feel like home as much as possible. But he is just explaining to everyone that this used to be actually a bit of a storage space for this amusement park in Copperdale, but now it's kind of just abandoned, so no one really comes bothering them. No one's going to be looking for them here, so it seems like a safe space. If Aspen wants to come live here with him, she is free to come over. Pretty much everyone can if they want to. This is their space now. No one's going to be looking for them here. No one really knows that much, so it's a pretty solid spot to establish their gang here, and Aspen definitely agrees. So Aspen has decided she is running away from home to live with Brian. She would like to take the money with her, pretty much all of it, but Flora has most likely put some extra security on it, so Aspen can't access it so easily. So she's not going to be taking anything. She is just running away, not even coming home from that fight, so she can't even access the money if she even wanted to. So this is it. She's running away, and Flora kind of has no idea. She most likely thinks that Aspen has just gone out with her friends and that she'll be back home at some point and that they will continue arguing. But Aspen was pretty much serious. If Flora does not want her in her house, that's fine. She doesn't want to live there anyway. She's still looking for her father. So this is going to be one step closer to finding him and living the way she wants to without her mother bothering her. And this is officially now Aspen's new home. It's gonna take a while to get comfortable, especially because they actually don't really have power here. They don't even have water because this place is not properly hooked up to any electricity or water or anything. So even though they have a little gaming setup and stuff, they can't even use it really because this place is off the grid. So they need to figure out how to actually get the electricity and stuff. Water has kind of been taken care of because Brian has been living here for a couple of days, so he have figured out that he can actually gather water here, even though it is probably questionable quality. But hey, surely this will be awesome. Surely this will be amazing that they can just hang out here, no one bothering them, no one nagging them. They don't even have to go to school pretty much ever. It's gonna be perfect. Life is gonna be easy. Life is gonna be pretty great. And living here with Brian, who made all of this happen, is maybe making her a little bit worried because she did intend on just asking him to be friends, not really really dating anymore, but now she's worried, well, if she breaks up with him, is he going to say that she can't live here anymore? But she does find him unattractive again. See, it changed again. They apparently do resent each other about prom, but Aspen really doesn't care about prom, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. But he probably cares at least a little bit. Well, they don't have to break up. She can just ask him to be friends, and that should be okay. Her excuse could be that she doesn't want to be tied down by anything right now. She is a free spirit, no house, no relationships, no problems. And I think that he bought that excuse, so it's alright. She can still continue living here for free. Well, he's living here for free, that's kind of the point. Which, speaking of, they have 56 simoleons to their name. I'm just gonna sell stuff real quick that she has in her inventory. Does Brian have anything? No. So we need to work on our pickpocketing a lot harder, especially if I want this place to have any sort of power. As I said, water is kind of taken care of. Brian has figured out that he can just collect water in the wild, but if we want any power to do gaming and stuff, and just to have power in general would be nice, right? We need to get at least one of these solar panels, which is almost 700 simoleons, and they don't even have 200. So if they really want to make this place fully functional, they will have to work a lot harder to make that happen. But while Brian was living here, he did meet quite a lot of people that could be a lot better at this than he is. So he's telling Aspen, look, I know a couple of people that I've seen hang out around here. Shady characters just like us are coming over here. Everyone is expecting this place to be abandoned, so everyone kind of had the same idea. So while I was living here, I met a lot of people, so why don't we ask some of them to join their gang? I can vouch for them, they're pretty cool. So can I invite people over so you can meet them? And I guess Aspen would agree because their situation is kind of desperate right now, so any help that they can get, they will take. So one of Brian's new friends is coming over, and Aspen should be introducing themselves to her. So Aspen, let's have you introduce yourself to Lilith. Do a little funny introduction. Sure, you are still in a pretty good mood. She's pretty happy that she actually moved out here. She is expecting her life to change massively. So let's have these two get to know each other a little bit better. Let me see if there are any first impressions. No, nothing. At least they have good compatibility. And Aspen is seeing, okay, Lilith probably is pretty good material. She is kind of older than all of us. She has the right look. She is in the criminal career. So Aspen's gonna be wasting no time, and she will be asking Lilith if she wants to join her gang, which Lilith will hopefully do. Why not? She's been hanging out with Brian for a little bit. She thinks that he is a good kid. Lilith is quite a bit older than all of them. I think that she's kind of halfway through her young adulthood, and having someone who's a little bit older, who's been around for a while in this industry, can I even call it an industry? In this profession, she has a lot of knowledge for sure, so they could probably learn a lot from Lilith. But Aspen is getting kind of tired. Let's send everyone home because she just wants to try out her new bed and get to sleep in her new home for the first time. I have just now realized that it is the first day of winter and it's freezing out. Having no power to have no heating is going to be really difficult, and they are both really hungry without any cooking skills and without a fully functioning kitchen, so I really wonder how that's going to work out for them. Oh, and Aspen, are you really frustrated that you technically have this really old gaming thing, but you can't make it work because you have no power? Well then, if you maybe stayed at home and weren't such a horrible brat, you could have had power and live in normal circumstances. Things are kind of getting to her, and it's only her first morning here. But we really need to work on getting some money if you want to make this place functional. And it's prank day, so maybe that will help you when it comes to pickpocketing. She is freezing though, so I need to be careful about that. But let's try out your new horrible bathroom. Oh, the laundry is getting gross and stinky. I wonder wonder who's gonna be cleaning that, because it's probably not gonna be Aspen and probably not gonna be Brian, because neither of them really had to clean pretty much ever. So I feel like this place will get disgusting really soon, but at least he can search the pockets and the laundry, so maybe that's gonna give them a couple of extra simoleons because they really need every single bit that they can get. So let's just check that real quick. 19 simoleons, alright, not that bad. Well, since Aspen is still taking that bath, let's have you go to the pier and see if you can try to rob anyone. There's not even people even working here. There's a couple walking around, but that's kind of it. It's kind of dead here as well. I guess no one's really out when it's just freezing outside. But apparently he did manage to catch someone to try to pickpocket. So let's see if that is going to... Oh, it's definitely not working. He is running away, literally scared. So hopefully this guy does not follow you and call the authorities, because that would just get you into even more trouble. And your scout starts in 1 hour? Brian, you ran away from home. You don't need to be going to scouts. That is really... Well, actually, I was gonna say that is really silly, but maybe he could get some free resources at scouts. Maybe he can bring some food home and everything. So I think that that's okay as long as his parents don't come looking for him there. But anyway, Aspen, you have finished your bath. You broke it as well, so that's not very good. But let's have you attempt doing your pickpocketing. So who are you gonna be pickpocketing? There is a vendor here. There's also a person here, so let's try to pickpocket them. Maybe they're a bit younger, they're teenagers, so maybe they won't really know what's going on. Brian is off to scout, so hopefully he finds something that could be useful there. And let's see if Aspen's pickpocketing attempt... Well, I think it actually did work. She got 10 simoleons. Oh my gosh, her first ever pickpocketing has worked. Let's try again, because she can try again. Let's try to pickpocket this vendor here. She might be on a winning streak, who knows? Go try to pickpocket this person as well. I don't think it's gonna go that well, but robbing teenagers might be a thing, might be a way to go, because she failed on this adult, but a teenager worked out just fine. There is really not that much that she can do right now. She can just kind of warm herself here by the fire. Oh, please don't set yourself on fire. I know that that seems like the quickest way to get warm, but that is maybe a bit too much. So try to warm yourself by the fire while Brian is still out. You don't really have that much to do. You are slowly, very slowly making money. I find it kind of interesting that Flora and Ezra have not tried to contact her. Maybe she blocked them on her phone, because I'm sure that Flora, even though they did argue and Aspen did cause a lot of trouble, Flora must be really, really worried, because now she's realizing, alright, Aspen has not been home for pretty much 24 hours at this point. There is definitely something going on. Oh, and Lindsay is here. Why are you always here? Well, Brian is back from scouts. Did you bring anything back? He did swipe something while he was out. See, it's maybe useful to keep him there. But with Brian home and Lindsay hanging out here for whatever reason, well, anyone could just come over whenever they want to. If everyone just wants to live here, I'd be cool with that. But let's just start the gathering then, might as well. And we can get to know Lilith a little bit better. Oh, it's getting dark already. That happened really quickly. Well, Aspen, I really, really want you to get to know Lilith a little bit more. And Lilith is interested in all of them. She joined the gang. I don't really see her as much of a gang person, but maybe she has some pity on all of these teenagers who are trying to make things work. So maybe that's why she joined them, to kind of help guide them in this crime world, because she's kind of relatively well off and all of that, so she has nothing to lose really. And that is why she's telling to Aspen, well, you have some relatively decent foundations in all of this, but you need to work a lot better and figure out some more strategies, not just the looks. Okay, yeah, sure, you are figuring out the aesthetics of things, but you need to be working a lot smarter. You know, work smarter, not harder. So you need to be working on your logic skill as well, which is her requirement for her job anyway. So Lilith here recommended read this logic book. This will help you out. Play some chess. I know, nerd activities, but you need to be figuring out how to Improve your smarts since you're not interested in school and you really don't need it that much. You will learn everything you need on the job, but you need to work on being smarter and knowing how to strategize things. So that is Lilith's advice right now, and Aspen will reluctantly take it, which did raise her mischief skills, so it obviously worked. Oh, Aspen, you're trying to cook for the first time ever. What are you doing? Oh, you're just making a salad. Well, things are definitely changing. Now that Aspen is living alone, she's saying, well, there's no one here that can cook for me, so I guess I have to do it by myself. Oh, you just made yourself one serving. It's actually normal quality, so I guess I'm just gonna have you eat it before anyone else steals it, because someone definitely would. Can you believe that Aspen is like cooking now? That is really unexpected. But she will be taking Lilith's advice, and after she's done eating, I will have her start reading this book that Lilith recommended. Oh, she's too uncomfortable to read. Really, why is that? Did your food really sucked that much? She's nauseous right now. Well, she still can't really read that much. Brian is starting a bit of a conversation, asking, is Aspen happy with Lilith? Was that a good recommendation? And so far, Aspen is pretty happy, so Lilith can stick around. Even though Lilith does not really need that permission and she can just go at any point. As I said, she's maybe feeling a bit sorry for these kids, so that's why she joined them, more to like look out for them more than anything else. But she's letting Aspen feel like she is the boss, because that's pretty much all that Aspen wants. But Brian is asking, do you want any more people to hang out? Because I've not really seen some of my friends in a bit, so I would like to invite someone else to maybe join us if you want. And Aspen is like, yeah, sure, I think we do need to expand even more, so let's just have someone else come over. And here they are looking for Brian, so invite her in. And Aspen's gonna be like, who is this little girl that just walked into the house? Who are you? Did you walk into the wrong lot? Like, what is even going on? Who's this sweet looking little child here? And Colette did not like this. So Brian is gonna be explaining to Aspen, no, don't be like that. I know that she looks super tame, super sweet, but she could be mean if she wanted to. And that could be kind of a good thing. No one would really expect someone this sweet and innocent looking to be doing bad things. That apparently really made Aspen laugh. Sure, she likes jokes, but no one would really be expecting someone so sweet and innocent looking to be doing bad, horrible things. So that seems like a really logical addition to the gang. Now, Aspen is really not that sure. She did not really like Colette, and Colette, of course, thought that Aspen is really rude, which honestly, really fair enough. But look at them, so sweet, so nice. You would never think that they could be part of a gang, which maybe is a good thing. Aspen is still a little bit unsure. I don't think that she will ask Colette to join quite yet. It won't be so easy, no-brainer like it was with Lilith. It might be a smart decision, just like Lilith said, do smarter moves. We need to get smarter. And she actually does have this invite to gang option like pretty much first. Alright, I didn't want to rush it, but Aspen realizing, yeah, I need to get smarter. This would be smart. I need a lot of diverse skill sets in the gang. We have very loyal people, we have very stylish people, we have very experienced people. Now we need someone who is a bit of a surprise factor, and that is kind of what Colette is. So we have 2 new members of the gang, which, oh, speaking of, I can actually expand to get even more. I don't think I'll really rush to fill out the gang today immediately, but now that Aspen has moved here and they have their own space that they can hang out in 24/7, she is kind of rapidly inviting people and trying to grow the gang immediately. So inviting 2 new members makes sense, and especially now that she's getting all of these tips. Okay, look scarier, be smarter, have a surprise factor. It's all kind of coming together. But with things working out, we should try to go and earn some more money. So let's see if anyone is out. It is kind of freezing. It is super late. We just have this vendor here, and Aspen didn't really have that much luck with a vendor last time. No teenagers around right now, but still, let's give it a go. She is feeling really uncomfortable and really tired, so I don't think that this is gonna go really well, but let's try and see. Oh yeah, definitely did not go well. So never mind, she's running away home. But this is kind of reminding me that I am actually technically controlling Brian as well, who is confident right now. He's in his scout's uniform. uniform so he can try to pickpocket this other vendor who maybe didn't see what happened just across the way from her. Oh, and that actually worked. He got 21 simoleons. Well, you could try to move to the other vendor, and this actually isn't the same one that Aspen tried to rob, so try to get there in your cute little scout's uniform, feeling confident. I don't think that they will be suspecting anything. I can't believe that Brian is actually getting kind of good at this. He had, I think, 2 successes right now. Oh, never mind, he's running away. So while Brian is being successful, Aspen is just at home sleeping. She should be working a lot harder to actually have some successes herself, because currently she is still pickpocketing level 1. Look at what being hungry does to her. She's actually doing things. I never thought I would see her cook. I think that she's making just another salad for just herself, but weirdly enough, she is gaining some life skills from this experience. Oh, the principal is calling, but she won't care at all. I don't know why I was being so silly, because I thought that if she went to minimal F performance that she will actually be taken away. Oh, but Olivia, I heard a rumor that you were pickpocketing. How embarrassing. You better stay away from my pockets. Well, Olivia, you don't know the half of it, but I was gonna say, I totally thought that if she got to F minimal level that she will be taken away, but I guess that's actually for children, not teenagers, so I will let her either completely just lose the performance or drop out of school herself. But I kind of think that she wouldn't even care enough to drop out. She will just let herself be kicked out. I'm gonna have you wake up, and since you are kind of good at all this pickpocketing stuff, I will have you attempt to go and make some money. Just go pick on the vendor. Oh, this is the one that you tried to pickpocket last night, and it actually worked again. 11 simoleons, not really great, but at least he's doing stuff. I'm gonna have him try just one more time again with the vendor. We're picking on the vendors quite a lot. Oh, but it did not work this time. Alright, he was getting a bit too confident. Oh, Brian is getting a really sus call. The drop-off has been made. Don't be late. Looks like Brian is progressing a lot more in this criminal business than Aspen actually is. Oh, and she just made 6 simoleons today. Aspen, that is horrible. And oh my gosh, look at this. Aspen came back home to someone woohooing in a dumpster, and she's seeing, okay, these 3 people are here. That means that Amara and Brian are in the dumpster. She was just thinking about Amara there. That must be making her super jealous, right? She's not dating Brian anymore. She doesn't really care that much, but surely it's not comfortable. She was totally right to be suspicious about Amara, because she kind of is stealing Brian from her. Look at them. Look at that. That is ridiculous. She will immediately be jumping onto Brian, and she wants to mess around with him as well. No one can steal that status from her, so she needs to be taking her ownership of Brian again, because like Amara can't be doing that. There is no way. So she will be messing around with Brian now as well immediately after. Oh, in the same dumpster. All right, how classy. Well, that's just how things are here now. Ah, Lindsay is here to see it. She must be miserable because of Aspen, because she still has that crush on her. But Amara is unfortunately not here to see it, so she's not necessarily teaching her a lesson like she wanted to. Oh, Lindsay's coming over. Is she coming over to chat? Is she coming over to see what's happening? Is she back together with Brian or something? Well, didn't you just hook up with Colette? So I'm pretty sure I saw that happen. So why are you the one being all nervous and stuff? You obviously moved on as well. You don't like Aspen. Did you just come over to like tell her that? Oh, Aspen did not like that. Colette is getting involved. Things are kind of getting just really tense everywhere. She's saying goodbye to everyone. Are you sending everyone home? I guess that's fair. But she's gonna be woohooing with Brian once again, just to make sure that he's not going to sleep thinking about Amara. That really pissed her off for some reason. She did not expect it, but she did not like that he was with someone else, so she's gonna make sure that he's not thinking about someone else. But I'm just gonna stop it here, and if you want to see how things will be going for them on this little dump that they made their home, watch the next episode right here. And if the next episode isn't out yet, here is something to watch while you wait. See you there.